What's up, guys? CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new episode of Superfriends, the DC podcast here at the Hybrid Network. I'm joined, as always, by the usual suspects, Nick.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Luke.
Hey, how's it going?
And Tim.
Yeah, how's it going, everyone?
It was rumored this week that Jake Gyllenhaal has been in conversations with Matt Reeves to potentially replace Ben Affleck in the Batman movie. Now, for a little context, if that is surprising news to you, that's been around since July. Of course, there was the THR report that WB was looking at a way to move on from Affleck. Affleck reportedly not really happy with the universe and his place in it, and considering potentially a change. Now, another part of that is that apparently Gyllenhaal is not the only actor that's talked to Matt Reeves. They've had a number of actors in there, and coupled with the news that it's not a standalone, it's not a prequel, this would be a continuation. It kind of definitely looks like this is happening, which is unfortunate because I did enjoy Affleck in Justice League. I've enjoyed him as Batman in general, and I think a lot of people have as well. And that brings us to another debate topic that we've got from Waru. He asks, for the future of Batman in the DCEU, should Batman be recast or have the mantle be placed to a new character? And this is really, we're going to probably have to have this not be as big a debate as I think it would have been. But it does kind of fall in line with some news this week, guys. How would you handle the future of Batman? Would it be, we're just going to kind of pull a War Machine? We're going to pull a Terrence Howard and kind of play Ben off and replace him with Don Cheadle? Or is it, hey, this is Dick Grayson, you're Batman now, or Terry McGinnis, you're Batman now?
I think Batman is too big of a character to really do that to. I feel like, because War Machine is, he was kind of a side character.
He's War Machine.
He's War Machine. He's a cool character, but he was sort of a side thing. The focus wasn't really solely on him, so no one was really that shocked when it was a different guy. Batman is a completely different story, because, like, there's always been this huge debacle between people like, who's the best Batman, so-and-so. I feel like he's a way bigger character to do that to. So my advice would be, you keep it standalone, but just reference saying, these are the early years of Batman before Man of Steel. This is before Superman arrived.
Well, I was specifically, like, I like that general answer. That's how I would choose to do it as well. I was specifically speaking, like, knowing what we know, knowing it's not going to be a standalone or a prequel, how would you, in the universe, handle that?
Like just recasting him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would
just
say it's a younger version of Ben Affleck. And then, or just say it's a younger version, and then, I mean, if you need to age him up later on, whatever. Like, I honestly don't think people would care all that much if you slowly build up that version of Batman and then introduce him in Flashpoint and then move on. That's the Batman from there. I don't think people would mind all that much.
Yeah. Tim, what do you think? What would you, how would you handle this change that seems to definitely be coming to the DCEU at this point?
It's pretty similar to what Luke said with that. Like, for the Batman standalone trilogy, have it be like the 20 years that he was working in Gotham, and then if you want to bring that character into the DCEU, Flashpoint.
Well, what's really funny to me is that they definitely, for all the insistence that it's got to be a standalone or it's got to not be a standalone, it's not a prequel, the Batman trilogy is a continuation. It was like they did kind of hammer home in this movie, hey, you were active for 20 years in Gotham. It's like, so we've established like the timetable at this point. So
you have 20 years to play with if you want.
Exactly. Nick, what would your solution be?
Just recast him. People want Bruce Wayne.
Just recast.
I don't think they'll ever do a Nightwing thing unless it's like built up or something. But he's gonna get his own movie eventually, so I would just recast it.
I mean, like at this point, I don't think you can wait on a Nightwing movie coming when we don't even know how far that is in terms of development. And I think you just need to focus on, okay, this is our new Bruce Wayne. No stupid Dick Grayson shit until later when that character is developed.
Well, excuse you, but so no, it wouldn't. Part of the issue is it wouldn't even be like one movie. That's we're talking like you've had your own trilogy or at least a couple films under your belt. I definitely think if we were working off of what we know right now, and the Batman movie, at least from what we're being told, is not a standalone. It's not a prequel. It's a continuation of the events of Justice League. Then I guess you just kind of have to recast and like pretend that nothing has changed, War Machine style.
Val Kilmer style.
I agree with Nick that as much as I would like to see, you know, Dick Grayson put on the mask, a Terry McGinnis situation, as much as I would like to see that as a fan, because I think that's naturally built in, there is something about Bruce Wayne. And if there's one thing DC knows from the comics, it's that it is not easy to replace Bruce Wayne, and it's never quite as successful because people are just in love with that character.